So it's December 15th here. I'm probably 20 minutes outside St. John's, Newfoundland, and we have a northeastern big winter storm about to hit us later on today. I think they're calling for around 20 to 30 centimeters. And I decided to come out and try to weather that storm in my tent in a nice sheltered spot here at the side of a small pond. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. I look at this as an experience. If I ever get myself in a situation where I'm on a big expedition or a big trip and I got a lot of snow coming, I want to know that I can handle it and endure those situations. So we do have a good spot. There's a nice thick patch of woods here to the left of me. It's not in the frame, but that's going to provide some shelter from the wind coming off the pond from the northeast. And I got to get this tent set up. Saku's over chewing on a stick. Come here, Sak. Alright, the tent's up. Now there's a few flurries, they're picking up a bit. Anyways, I'm going to make some pegs for my tent. The ones I have that came with it are only short, and where this is soft moss ground, they're not going to be long enough. So I'm going to make some ones out of these sticks. I need 6 pegs, one for each corner, and one for each side of the vestibule. Kind of comes out like this. It's like the porch of the tent, I call it. The front porch. Anyways, I'm gonna make a few up. That's about long enough. Double the length of the original pegs I had, which are around here somewhere. Here comes the snow! So the snow's obviously picked up a little bit here. I'm just going to put my last peg in to kind of cinch down this vestibule. This is an MSR Hubba Hubba 2-person tent. I don't know if it's really cut out for winds that are supposed to reach 100-kilometer gusts, but I'm going to put it to the test, that's for sure. Once I cinch this down, I'm going to tie these little guy lines into a couple of trees around. That's going to give some extra support for the tent, and hopefully it holds up. You can see when you're trying to put a peg down in this somewhat mossy ground here, this sphagnum moss in the forest, it's real deep and soft. So I made an extra long peg, and that usually does the trick. I'll give it a few taps now with the axe. I think we're going to be alright, Saku, old boy. He's over there now, sawed off, having a midday nap. I'm just walking down to the pond now to get a bit of water. Probably be the last time I'll come down here this evening. The weather's starting to pick up. I'll go up and I got the fire going. I'm gonna run a half a dozen new sausages. I'm gonna cook them up so they're all good for the night, and I'll bring them into my tent, keep them around. And other than that, I'll have a kettle filled up with a bit of water so I can have some coffee or tea later, and that'll be it for the evening. It's only just after 2 o'clock, but I'd say in another couple hours I won't be fit to go out. And this is it though. This is fun. It's fun stuff, isn't it, Sack? Odds froze over there. Not really froze, I guess. Just a bit of slush. One kettle, one small pot, and my life straw bottle with a filter on the inside. So this is my fluids for the evening, and a little bit there for Saku to put in with his food later. Wind's picking up a little bit now. It's supposed to get gusts of up to 100, 110k. So hopefully this little roke of woods we're in just off the pond will keep us nice and safe. So this is it. They're going to be some shocking good, those moose sausages. This is definitely the biggest snowstorm I've ever weathered in a tent in my life. I'm interested to see how this MSR 2-man is going to hold up. It's not really built for these types of conditions, and this is the type of stuff that's happening now. Like, snow is building up all on the side, so I just gotta kick it like this, and then out here it's starting to pile, so I gotta open the door and give it a little knock. And I'd say it's only been snowing hard now for an hour. Come the end of the storm, I might have a nice little mound up here, and that's what I want. This is almost airtight down here. Gotta give it a knock over here. Just trying to keep the weight off the top of my tent and the sides, and all that metal fall down is going to build a nice little wall around me and keep us a little more, I guess, wind resistant, and keeps this area dry as well. The beauty thing with this tent is you got a little porch out here, and where this snow is building up, it's not only potentially blocking some wind from coming in, it's just further sheltering this area. And the items I don't want in the tent, I can just leave them out there, like my moose sausages that I'm gonna have a bite of right now. And Saku is probably gonna wake up, aren't you, Sak? Yeah, he's just hanging out on my coat back there, nice and cozy. Aren't you, bud? You want a sausage? Still a little warm, actually. Been cooked now for a couple hours. Here, buddy. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. and the boys are safely in the tents. Over the top the wind it quickly went, and now we know we're safe and sound, lying here on the bumpy old ground. Whew. Sack boy, Saku boy, Saku boy. Back in the corners by the poles, there's actually, back there, if you can see it with my hands waving, there's a bit of stress being put on the pole. All the snow that's built up, but besides that, we're A-okay. It's just after 10 o'clock, and the snow is still coming, and the wind has picked up a bit. Sack's there laid down. And quite the evening. What I'm sleeping in here is a Woods brand -17 rated sleeping bag. So the comfort level for this bag is around -17 degrees, and it's not even close to that now. And when I get inside, I'm nice and toasty. So that's what I'm sleeping in. Saku is at times wrapped up my coat, but he doesn't really like that, so he flicks it off every so often. When he curls up in his little ball, he keeps nice and warm. So that's what works for both of us. I got a bar service here in the place I'm camping out to, so I just checked the weather actually, and it's with the wind chill around -9. So yeah, the sleeping bag is more than warm enough. And I forgot to mention as well, it's a mummy bag, so it kind of tapers, getting, you know, more narrow as it goes down towards my feet, and it's a bit more broader up on my shoulders. And it also has a hood that goes around my head, and I pull it tight. There's a little drawstring around my neck area. I can pull that somewhat tight, and it traps the heat beneath. And I have a little, I guess, pocket around my head as well to keep that area warm. So they get the job done when you're doing some cold weather camping. So the snow has pretty much got us all enclosed completely around the tent, and we're holding up okay. Every now and then the wind is blowing a crap ton of snow off the trees, and that kind of comes down on top of us, but most of it seems to bounce off as long as I push it with my hands and it slides down the side. There's not too much pressure on top of the tent. With this being said, the tent can definitely handle a big winter storm, but I don't know if it's the best choice for full-time winter camping. I gotta go for a pee now, so I gotta see what we're dealing with here before I open the door. Probably gonna have to shovel some snow away. Ooh, wow. Nice mound. Watch out, Sack. Hold on, bud. Should have brought my snowshoes in for the way out tomorrow. Come on, buddy. It's a new season now, Saku. I may as well take a leak too. Just after 12 o'clock now. I brought my little camp stove along for a couple cups of tea in the evening. To me, there's not much better than the aroma of some fresh morning pleasure tobacco floating around in the top of my tent as we wait out a storm together. On a long expedition, it's much appreciated rest and time for reflection.
Whew. So, we made it through the night. It wasn't too bad. Dry as a bone in the tent here. But there's definitely quite a build-up on the outside. My vestibule is caved in over here. Saku's perfect. He made it through the night. He's got to pee big time now. Hold on, Saku. And this is what we're looking at. A complete change in scenery. A complete change of scenery from what we had ourselves into yesterday, but the tent held up. Big time winds, big time snow, and now we got to get up and get out of here. It's just after 7. And now it's winter in Newfoundland, no doubt about it. Definitely got a good 30 centimeters. I absolutely love it. Loving all this snow right now.
I took the shovel along with me last minute, and it was a very important addition to the kit list. I was thinking if this happened, it'd be much harder to do it without the shovel, and I just thought about it driving down yesterday. So it was a great item to bring along, the handy dandy collapsible shovel. Hey, Zach. Zach. Hey, ready? Hey. Hey. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. So now that I got the snow shoveled away from the front entrance and Saku's eating some soup left over from last night, I'm gonna reach in and grab a bundle of sticks that I had tucked away in the shelter, so they're nice and dry twigs that I'm gonna use to start the morning fire. So, important thing to do if you're going to be camping, whether it be the rain or a lot of snow. So this is an important thing to do, to have your dry wood ready, and you'll have a quick start to your morning fire, and it makes life a lot more enjoyable out here. This is a waterproof match case. Makes a big difference keeping your stuff dry.
Come on. Come on. Almost got it. So it didn't go the first time. I'm going to try once more. I actually stuffed a little bit of drier lint in there. This might make a difference. I've added some super small twigs, nothing to them, the size of toothpicks, and I think we're good to go with this fire. And it's nice to feel that heat after a somewhat cool night in the tent. I mean, I wasn't froze to death by no means, but I would say with the wind chill, it got down to at least -10, maybe even a bit colder. But you know, when you get that wind, it makes the that cool air have a little more bite to it. And that is pure magic. Here we go. We got our morning fire sack, bud. Now it's time to get a hot cup of joe. And Sack is going to get his food. Buddy, get the morning fire, bud. It's now officially my favorite time of year. I love winter, I love the snow, and to get out and see this woods blanketed in white, and it's really silent in here. It's like insulation, and oh, it's a great feeling. I'm too weak for this one. Oh. Woo, woo. No, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So that's just some warm water to keep his belly nice and toasty when he eats his breakfast. All right, bud, come on. Atta boy. It's also a good way to get extra fluids in the Saku as well, because sometimes dogs, from my experience, they don't eat a whole lot of snow, and if they do, that's colder than their body temperature. It's just going to make them colder. And they don't always want to drink from the ponds in the wintertime. There could be ice down there. So this way, you warm it up, it warms his body up, and he also gets extra fluids in with his food. So. Hey, play with me. Shake the snow down from the tree. Games once played by you and me. Snow was softly falling. Snowman, snow house, hey, play with me. Shake the snow down from the tree. Games once played by you and me. Snow. These MSR Hubba tents are super easy to break down. The pole is a one-piece pole that just collapses, like I'm doing right now. This is by far the easiest tent that I've ever taken down or set up in my life. Pure ease, pure forgiveness for the user.
no matter if you've been setting tents up for a long time or not. And that's it. I got my poles in one piece. Slip them into the bag. And now I'll take down the rest of it. So everything's taken down. I'm just gonna have a cup of tea and a can of salmon. That's all I got. Coat's warming up by the fire. It was pretty much frozen solid because it got wet yesterday and I laid it in the corner of the tent. And yeah, that's it. We'll have our little morning bite and then get on the move. It's gonna be a nice little walk going out. A fair bit of snow. Snowshoes wouldn't go astray, but that's it. It's not that much. I'm just gonna walk down by the pond now and see what it's like. I'll show you. We might see some fresh tracks on the way out of animals, but they could still be bunkered down. I don't know. Sometimes after a fresh snowfall, it takes a little while for animals to get moving again, from my experience, but this is it. That's nowhere near being frozen. It's just slushy. I don't know if Saku's going to test it out. Don't go out there, bud. Alright. So we're going to go have our little drop of tea and get the hell out of here. Good boy, Zach, good boy. Come on, let's go. Whew. So, I'm almost out to the road now. It was around a 2-kilometer plug. Would have been a little easier with snowshoes, but hey, I don't mind a good workout. What a fun experience last night was, just to get out, weather a storm like that in a little shelter. It was definitely something I'll remember for a while. Good fun, no doubt. So guys, I'd like to say thanks for tuning in today, and you know, if you really enjoyed my video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe below if you want to follow me and Saku some more on our channel, and I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Have a good, safe, enjoyable season. We've all deserved it. And I'll see you in the new year. Let's go, Sam, come on.
My mind wanders back to my youth at just about this time each year, when the snow softly falls and the merry bells ring to welcome the Christmas time cheer. In a quaint little town by the side of the sea, what happiness Christmas
I thought I was going to have
bring.
a shovel. I guess not.
Where friends rare as diamonds contented would be to dance and to laugh and to sing.
After such a great experience, it was great to ice it off by getting a Christmas tree and listening to a bit of Newfoundland jigs and reels on our way home.
He cracked the strut and he bent the rod, the fancy truck came out the rod and wobbled out the road just like a rusty shopping cart. And we'll all go together, riding on a donkey. Was you ever in Miramichi where you tie up to a tree and the girl sit on your knee riding on?
With a wish for a happy new year, to the 12 days of Christmas we'll drink to them all, and a wish for a happy new year.